Okay, last day we were discussing. I was just going through the record. You were asking me, wishing me good evening, but I could not respond. Sorry for that. But I was just going through the recording before telling because I just came to know about that one. Someone was asking me about Dark Theme, but due to the flow of the class, I did not hear him properly. I'm sorry for that. But Taktin is toast. Just now I wrote Taktin is toast and Taht is pie. Okay. Taht is pie. You know, apple pie. Okay. Taht, T-A-R-T, we say pie. And Taktin is toast. Okay. So, as we were doing in lesson one, we were doing the revision from lesson one. Last day, we have explained you the verb être and avoir, isn't it? The verb être and avoir. So today again we are going to discuss not the at and avoir, but we are going to discuss the first group verbs. As we said earlier that we have around 16,000 verbs in French. Okay. So again we are starting from the scratch for you all. So at and avoir we have done already. Now we are starting with the first group verbs. We say first group in French, premier group. Okay, first group, premier group, first group. So first group ends in AR, isn't it? First group ends in AR. So the
Yes, sir.
verb which ends with
Yes,
AR
sir.
belongs to the first group, except one verb, that is aller. Except the verb aller, it does not belong to the first group. So this verb, which means to go, it belongs to the irregular category. So it is irregular verb. Irregular verb. We have another group, that's irregular group. Those which does not go with the group, they fall under the irregular. Okay. So ale is an exception case where we'll be discussing now. Okay. Anyway, now we are going to discuss the verb marcher. The verb marcher. Okay. The verb marcher. Marcher ends with AR, isn't it? Marcher, what does it mean? Marcher means, what does marcher means?
Sir, to walk.
To walk. Very good. To walk. Marcher means to walk. Okay. Now you can see ending with the last two letters. What are the endings? ER. So whatever is left behind, this becomes the root of the verb. This becomes the root of the verb marcher. So we'll be writing the excluding the last two letters, whatever is left behind, that becomes the root. So we'll write the root, okay, with the pronouns, subject pronouns. So with you, then il, and then we have al, okay. Then we have nu, then vous. These are the plural forms. And the left hand side we have the singular forms, and here this side, right hand side, we have the plural forms. So this is the plural of that, and L. Okay. Now what will be adding? What will be adding? We'll be adding A, then AS. Yeah. Then A, then A, isn't it? And here we'll be adding O and
O
S.
and S.
Here A, Z,
A,
A,
Z,
Z, A and T,
and
T.
T.
A and
A
T.
and T.
Yeah.
And
So if you see the form of the verbs ending with this form, these are the endings. So you can easily make out, this belongs to which group? First group. So you can easily
the
write the
first group.
ending. Yeah. So that from the verb, we can easily find that this is the verb, then we'll be adding at the end ER. Marche. Okay. Can you tell me what will be the verb this one? Okay, I'll just write What will be the form?
The one, sir, HUD means to study. I study.
Huh?
বলেছিলাম শুনলি না
Who is that?
তোমাদের দেখলে
Which video? Who is the
Sir,
playing video? Huh?
Sir, HUD means to study. I study.
Yes, I study. Zetyudi means I study.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, madam.
Bonjour à tous.
Bonsoir, madam. Zetyudi means study. So what is the form of the verb? The verb,
Me, HUD. Yeah.
what will be the verb?
ETUDIER.
A, Laxon te you, te, you, they, e, a, r. So this is the verb, isn't it? From here we can understand. Now, can you tell me this verb? Can you tell me this verb? Wait. Now, if I write this form of the verb, so what is the verb?
Travailler.
Travailler. So can you mix T, R, A, V, A, E, double L, and then ONS ending. So it will be AR, isn't it? So from here we can understand this is the first group verb, isn't it? Travailler means to work, right? So this way we can make out. Okay. So you need to see when the, suppose if in the exam you may get like this, see, suppose and you get the verb. So what form? What form of the verb will be placing here?
Will be more
C'est
short.
moche.
Space. Spell it. Spell it.
MANG.
M A N Z
N
A
G A
A A. Then
and
yes, and they, because you can see there are two names. There are two names. That means it is in the third person plural form. It is in the third person plural form, isn't it? So here now, next year ending verbs, first group verbs we have discussed. Now there are some few of the verbs which we need to know. Now if we give you this verb aste, what does aste means?
To write.
To
To buy. To buy.
To buy. To buy. Now what will how so year ending, so whatever is the root of the verb is, this is the root of the verb, right? This is the root of the verb. So we'll start as it starts with a vowel, then we'll place apostrophe sign. Then what we are going to place, do you remember? So what we are going to place now?
A
A. But anything more? For this,
No,
we need to remember the sound will not, there will be the sound, for the sound we need to place Leçon graph side. This one we need to keep in mind. Zaset. Zaset. Right? We have to give the sign Zaset. zaset. You need to remember for some of the verbs like this. That one you need to remember. The more you practice, the more you remember. And next is tu. Okay, I'll just write the, first I'll be writing the root. Okay. Al, nu, who, il, al. So now what will be adding here? We'll be adding Luxograph sign. Then yes. Luxograph A. Luxograph A. And here we'll not add any accent. We'll just add ONS.
ONS.
And here
S.
usaste. And here il zaset.
ENT.
El zaset.
ENT.
Yeah. So zaset, tu aset, il aset, elle aset, nous astons, vous astez, ils aset, elles aset. Okay. You don't understand? Okay.
Children, could you remember in the same group, so we have learned few more verbs in this subgroup? Can you, okay, anyone? Could you please tell just only one rather than ashte?
Ma'am, comments.
No.
Yeah. We have more verbs like this group.
No.
What is
In
the verb
this
to?
group,
What is the verb to weigh?
So we can also do some more show.
Huh?
no.
Some more
To
More
weigh.
is that.
to eat.
No.
So to
To weigh. Pese. Any more verbs?
some more show.
No.
Pese.
Was under this pattern. Zele.
What is
Sir, ending
what
with
is to peel off?
To freeze.
To peel off. Remember what is to peel off?
Pele. Isn't it, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Then we have one more, that is to no Brijesh. Nage is jar. Nage is a verb that ends with jar. I'm talking about in the same subgroup where
Okay.
ashate falls. To lead, meaning, right?
Many. To lead. So these all will be following. You can see if I write so man. So it will be so man. Next. Tiu man. Tiu man. Then il man. So the first letter A, this accent will be there. And the first one. Here in the first one. Here in the first one. Here in the first one. Okay. So this is one category of the first group. So we are going to the next one. Now we have the verb mose. In this verb mose, the same way will be conjugated, which means to eat, Only we need to remember when we are doing with nu form, when the form nu, then ama and ze, then we write ons according to the rule. So the root is this. This is the root. We are writing the root and then we are adding ons, isn't it? But when after G, if G is followed by these two letters A or O, then we need to place what? What we need to place?
Yeah.
We need to place. We need to place A. A in between, right? Like similar other verbs are naze. Naze means, what is naze means? Nager means
To
to
swim.
swim. And then any other verbs? Corriger. Corriger is there. Corriger means to correct. Corriger means to correct. Any more?
Ranger,
Ranger
to arrange.
means to arrange.
Bouger. Adorer.
No, adore. See, it is ending with ZAF. 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 Adore doesn't end with. Adore does not end with ZAF. Adore. Where is the G here?
Yes, sir.
So
We
these are
have
the
learned one more verb, that is exige, right?
exige. What is exige means?
To demand.
Exige. But to demand also we have another verb. Demander also is another synonym. Demander, to ask for, but it doesn't fit under this. It will just simply the rule we have. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
very good. Utkarsh, changer.
yeah. Next we have like the verb commencer. What we have learned in this, it also ends with er, but when we write with the new form, so according to the rule, just now I explained that this is the root of the verb, isn't it? Till here. Till here is the root of the verb. So it will be the root is like this, we write. This is the root. And then we add what we add? O and S. We add O and S. Remember, after C, if there is A or O, then what we write? We place this cedil sign below say. We place cedil sign below say. Can you give me one more examples of this kind of verb? Another example of it. To place, placer. Placer means to place. So in this one also we will be having CER ending with CER. See, these all belongs to the first group, but these are some the differences are there, little bit differences that you need to remember. Okay, so we have covered up the first group verbs today. So now we are entering the second group verbs. Second group verbs already you know, it ends with ER. It ends with ER. Already in the class 6 book, if you see the class 6 book, the verbs are given there in lesson 2, I guess. Isn't it, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Lesson 2. Yeah. After adjectives, children, you can find that.
Yeah.
There is a
So
list
in
of
lesson 2,
IR ending verbs.
higher ending verbs are there in lesson 2. Okay. So finir. So you can see finir. Now here it ends with er. Remember, here it ends with like the first group verbs were ending with er, ar, and here we are ending with ir. Okay. So here again the root. What is the root? This is the root. So we write the root first. We write the root. Okay. We'll write the root. L, then L, then here we write the plural of the nu, then we write vous, the proper pronoun, okay, then we write il, L. Who was asking last day about that tachtin? Tachtin, who was asking? I was watching the recording before the class. Okay, now here, what will be adding up? We'll be adding ES. Okay, I'll just write with the ES. Here, ES. Here, E, T. Here, E, T. Okay. Okay. So, and next we'll be adding here ESSONS. Here ESSAN. Here ESSANT. And here ESSANT. Okay. Did you get me? So it is Zofini, Tufini, Ilfini, Alfini, nous finissons, vous finissez, il finissent, elle finissent. Okay. So finir verb, what it means to finish? Finir means to finish. So I'll be giving one more verb. Let's see how you do this. Grossir. Can you do this now, right now? And send. Grossir. Grossir means to grow fat. Do it now and send to the WhatsApp. Yes, Azir also is there. Any other? Yes, Aditya also has commented. Sanse, Naze, previous. Good. So what is the root of this verb? Grossir. What's the root?
No, that's
Huh?
So gross. GR.
Yes, till here. Till here it is the root. So this is the root of the verb grossir.
So we have to do it and send it in WhatsApp.
Yeah. Click and send. Let's see. Ma'am, you just give your thumbs there.
okay.
Those were correct.
Okay. Samriti is there. Samriti, did you join?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Advita, Utkarsh, send pic. While you are written together, you just click the pic and send it.
Have to do this and send you.
Yes, Aishwarya.
In the
Do the
WhatsApp,
conjugation. Yeah.
Where are you all sending? Why take so
No,
much
sir,
time?
not yet.
Why take
not
so
yet.
much time to send?
Ma'am, I have sent you in WhatsApp.
Oh my God.
Just now.
The whole class
Just
will go sending only. Let it be. I'm writing, you just match it now.
we
Grossy.
have to send it in group or in like WhatsApp.
The group is another. I'm not understanding. Group and WhatsApp means what?
So like privately or in group, I should say.
Not privately, in the group only. We said already. Grossy
Now you all
means
check. Sir is writing match with your answer.
you need to send now. So the root is zo,
Jasmine, wait. I'm checking.
tiu, il, al, nu, vu, il, al. So what will be adding now? Tell. Your es. Es.
Yes. So
Ite.
ite,
Ite.
ite,
ESSONS.
O N S
Your
E S S
ESSAZ.
E Z
Then
S
ESSANT.
A N T. So
E
ESSANT.
ESSANT. Yes. So grossi, tu grossis, il grossit, elle grossit. Nous grossissons, vous grossissez, ils grossissent, elles grossissent.
Jasmine, your last one, it shows like L. So I have corrected it.
Okay, ma'am.
Afterwards, okay. It shows like L.
Ma'am, it is I.
Okay, so you have learned the second group verbs, okay? So here we have learned the articles, okay? So in negative sentences, how do we write negative sentences? Suppose this is the verb. What will be adding here? We'll be adding no before the verb and we'll be adding
No
pa
need to
after
send,
that.
Vivan. Now no need to send.
Jo no grossit pas.
And before only I sent.
I'm not growing fat. Okay. Je ne grossis pas. Then tu ne grossis pas. So in negative sentence, how do we form negative sentences? Before the verb, we place no, and after the verb, we place pa. It becomes negative. No pa. If you place, it becomes negative. Right? Isn't it? Okay. So let's discuss now. Some of the words will you just underline or you note down their meanings. Okay. Note down the meanings of some of the words. Now we'll be discussing the words from the lesson. So in the lesson, we get a word la rentrée. La rentrée. What does rentrée means?
The return.
To return.
The
return.
return. The return. Okay. The return. What does le cours means?
Course.
The
The course.
class. Yeah. So what does l'école means?
The
L'école.
school.
Not the school. The school.
L'école is
The school.
the school. Okay. What is the verb chercher? Chercher means is which group? First, second, third.
The first.
First group. What it means? Because it ends with AR, so it belongs to the first group. Means to search. To search or to look for. Or to look for. Okay. Okay. What does the verb rencontrer means? Rencontrer. It belongs to the first group, isn't it? Rencontrer also belongs to the first group. See, the verb is written rencontre. This is the form written in the book. So how do we understand? We can see it is ending with ENT. So just now we have learned that ending in ENT, that means is the first group verb. So we can easily figure it out like rencontrer. That means the verb is rencontrer. Rencontrer means to meet. Rencontrer means to meet. Okay. Is it okay? Do you have any queries?
No, sir.
Okay. What does there in the book next page formidable means? Formidable. So if I say tux est formidable. Tux est formidable. Tux is nice. Formidable means nice. Okay. Suppose we say it's nice. Say formidable. We say in French, say formidable. It's nice. Say formidable. Say formidable. Okay. Okay. Shall I erase?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Next is low cartable. Cartable. What does cartable means?
The school bag.
School bag. Okay. Cartable is school bag. Good. Now what does live means?
The book.
The book.
The book or the books?
The books.
The books. Okay. What is the verb travailler means?
Formidable.
The verb
To work.
huh?
To work.
To work. Yes. To work. And to travel? Which verb we use to travel?
C'est voyageur.
Voyager. The verb voyager. So you can see here, it also ends with GER. So the conjugation with nous, it will be nous voyageons. Remember that. Nous voyageons. Yeah.
What is formidable spelling?
Huh?
Formidable means nice in French.
Yes. Yes.
So like the
What does
spelling.
aujourd'hui is given in the book? Check. Aujourd'hui.
Page number?
We are doing lesson 1. Page 14. Aujourd'hui means
So today.
today. Aujourd'hui is today. Very good. So what does maintenant means? Maintenant.
Sir, to hate. To hate.
Huh? To
Sir,
hate
to
is
hate.
detester. To hate is detested is the verb. Maintenant is not a verb. Detester means to hate. Maintenant is now. Maintenant means now. Maintenant, it means now. Okay. So maintenant is an adverb, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Maintenant is an adverb. Now is an adverb. Adverb of what? You have not learned adverbs, English,
The
grammar.
adverb of time.
Yeah. Okay. So the next is we are having, okay, we have done with the rest. And what do you mean by au revoir? Au revoir.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yes, goodbye. Okay. Learn the spellings. À bientôt.
So see you soon.
See you soon. Okay. So from this chapter, you need not to go across this all question answers like this given did vrai ou faux, poster la bonne réponse for this thing. We will be learning only the vocabulary from this lesson. Okay. Only the vocabulary you'll be learning from this lesson along with the verbs and the adverbs given there in this lesson. Okay, whatever we have learned in grammar. So now we are going to the exercises. We're going to the exercises now. Okay. I'm clearing it. Okay. So in the exercises, okay. In the first question, what is given there? Rappelons. We're starting with rappelons. Rappelons. Okay. So the first question is given. Regarder. What does regarder means?